steel and concrete, trapped by dark waters. There is no escape, nor do we want it. We've come to thrive on it, and each other. You can't get the adrenaline pumping without the terror, good people. I love this town.
Oh yes, the darkest side of the night, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think people talk about this song enough. You know, Nightmare 3 got Dream Warriors. This Jason Takes Manhattan got the darkest side of the night, and I think that is a banger. I've been listening to it all week, getting psyched up for this. Continuing along my Friday the 13th redo review series, it has been a blast re-watching all these again. Not that I don't watch these enough as it is, but what's one more time? And Jason Takes Manhattan is coming around for me personally. And I needed somebody fun and somebody crazy to come on for tonight's episode. So I got 1/3 of the Rad Pack, the coolest guy on the other side of the pillow. That didn't make any sense. Justin, right there.
The coolest side on the other side of the pillow, dude. You calling me like a pillow biter or something? Like, what's going on here, dude?
That's what happens. It's the darkest side of the night. We don't know what's going on over here.
Darkest side of the night, coolest side of the pillow. How you doing, my man?
Damn, that's good. That's good. I like that. I'm doing good. How are you doing, man?
Fantastic, brother. Me and you, just a couple of working bros, man, sweating it out in this heat, but we're making it, man. Keeping this this country's wheels going around, right?
Yep, people need their t-shirts. You know what I mean? I gotta get them what they need.
That's right, brother. I'm happy to be doing this one, man. I just watched the movie, so I got a fresh watch.
Oh, fresh! I watched it a couple days ago, so I'm right there with you. This was supposed to be a Rad Pack episode, not a Rad Pack. Fucking my bad. Before Radsman episode. However, things have changed. The dude who loves movies has took a little step away from social media, and I don't blame him. So, miss you, dude. So he is not here, and Garrett, he just said go on without me, so that meant I ain't doing it. So
I heard Cody went. I guess he just quit his job, all this crazy stuff, and started a brothel in Las Vegas. So that's what he's doing now, which is crazy. I never thought he didn't seem like the type of guy to do that, right?
What?
Yeah, no. He went to Vegas, started a brothel, found a harem of broads. He's got 12, 13 broads he's taken care of. It's crazy, dude. Business is booming. I might take it. He said he'd give me a discount if I come out and pick any lady I want.
Any lady.
And he'll give me a special discount. So we'll see how that goes. Shout out Cody. Cody's Angels is what he's calling it.
That's a good one. That's business is booming for Cody, so I'm proud of him. Proud of him for taking that step. Having a brothel.
Yeah, I know, it's awesome.
Good for him. Yeah, but we're talking about Jason Takes Manhattan. Not a very popular movie in this franchise, but at this point, this franchise is just all downhill. Well, no, Jason X is coming up, and you love that piece of shit too. So
it's like the only good movie in the franchise. I gotta find at least some movie to like out of this franchise. So I got Part 5, I got Jason X, and the remake. So
okay.
You know,
that the remake doesn't really fit in compared to the other.
Me. I struggle with this franchise. I really do.
No, shots by shot. We are not talking about Cody Leach. We're talking about Cody from Dude Who Loves Movies.
Yeah.
I don't think Cody Leach owns a brothel. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy. So
no
family
man.
Yes, 100%. I don't know how many people's going to show up tonight because everyone's watching Megan 2.0 because I know everybody loves Megan 2.0.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's out this. I got to see that and Jurassic, the new Jurassic this weekend, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, Jurassic. Well, I know a lot of people got to see that one early. Lucky, but I think it comes out the second.
Oh, is it not this? Is it not? Is it next weekend?
Yeah, Jurassic World
Oh,
is next weekend. Yeah.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I actually am kind of looking forward to that one. I didn't care for the other ones a whole lot, but with Scarlett Johansson in there and, and a couple other good things I'm hearing about that movie. I also still haven't seen 28 Days Later, so I need to go.
I did see that
Years
one.
later.
I'm still waiting to see Sinners. I haven't gotten around.
Oh, it's good, dude. It's
that's
good.
That's what I hear, but I have a really strong feeling that it's not going to be my kind of thing.
Did you like From Dusk Till Dawn?
I did. I've only ever seen it one time, but I did like it.
It's not as like zany and goofy. It's more of it's like a serious version of From Dusk Till Dawn. I mean, that's a pretty kind of a simplified version of it, but it's similar, you know.
I'm definitely, my wife wanted to watch it, so I was holding off and waiting.
Gentlemen.
Yes. Let's see who we got. We got Ashton. What's going on? Richard Strange. What's going on, Rich? We got Mark from Saturn Video. What's up? Allie Girl. How are you? Davey Death Ray, my man. How are you doing, Davey? I know it's hot out in Arizona, ain't it, buddy? What do you got, like 120? We got, oh my gosh. Chat's popping off. What's going on? Everybody, what's going on? Jason Takes Manhattan, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Came out in 1989, right after The New Blood, which a lot of people like and a lot of people don't like. It's fine. It's fine for me. I notice I am liking these a little bit more rewatching them this time around. Maybe it's because I'm getting older, maybe getting wiser. So maybe you might get lucky with Jason X, and maybe I might like it a little bit more. Probably not.
That happened with me. That happens with me sometimes as I get older. I like movies that I thought were like maybe I wouldn't have liked in my younger days. Like I didn't when I was growing up watching horror and watching all like the wacky 80s horror, I wasn't into The Shining or The Exorcist or things like that. And now The Shining is my favorite horror movie of all time. So tastes kind of change.
Speaking of The Exorcist, I just rewatched that for the first time and I don't even know how long.
The original?
Yeah, it felt.
Do you like it?
It was good. It was good, but I don't think. I don't know. Everyone says it's like the greatest horror movie of all time. I don't know if I agree with that. But
you didn't hate it though.
No, I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Oh shit!
So
okay.
I mean, it was solid, but it's not really a movie I remember. I guess maybe I never actually really watched it at all. I just saw bits and pieces. I don't know, but. Yeah. It was good. It was good for what it was. I don't think it's maybe back then it might have been the scariest movie ever made.
You know, the filmmaking styles of the 70s, there was a big jump in like the pacing of movies going from the 70s to 80s. The pacing picked up.
Yep.
You know, camera equipment, you know, you don't just have these like a lot of those 70s movies are just kind of static shots or handheld things. And then they started getting these dolly movements and cranes and made the movie started to get a little bit more interesting and stuff.
And then that leads us to, Jason Takes Manhattan, the last year of the 80s when slashers were going down it was basically over for the most part for slasher movies. But first thing we got to do is bring up the stat line for this movie. Rotten Tomato scores go, critics 11%, audience 26%, a budget of $5 million, and it only grossed $14.3 million bucks. So, that's not the right one. Get out of there. So, fans don't like it. Critics don't like it. I think maybe cult following at this point, I would say. But it's grown on me over the years for sure. So the first thing we're going to talk about in this movie is the good about Jason Takes Manhattan. And since you like it, I will let you kick off. What is good about this movie?
Did I say I liked it?
I thought you did. Does anybody? I mean, I kind of do.
I don't love this movie. Like I said, you know what I mean? But X is my favorite. This is probably the second or third time that I've watched this movie, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't rewatch these Friday movies. This isn't normally my this isn't normally my franchise. Watching this again, maybe there's some people who have a little bit more background knowledge of it.
Mhm.
Well, before I go off on one of my tangents, let me answer your question. What did I like about it? I actually thought this movie had a really good, even though we're stuck on a boat a lot of the time, I feel like they tried to make the best out of their budget.
Mhm.
So I kind of like the weird green. They have all this weird kind of neon lighting going around. I love the lighting in this movie. They blast these lights on Jason when they give him those good hero shots, and you can see the light just
Mhm.
blasting off his greasy mask, and he looks great. I don't know what the general consensus is on the look of Manhattan Jason. It's not great.
popular. No.
I kind of like the gooey, gross Jason, but I don't hold these movies so dear, so I can just look at the Jason and not be like, his mask doesn't have this line, and there's supposed to be 12 holes on there, and doesn't cover enough of his face. Like, who gives a fuck about all that shit, in my opinion? So I actually like the look of Jason. Once they get to New York, I love the location. I wish there was more of it.
Mhm.
But I love the New York setting. I mean, that shot of him in Times Square and all that stuff, it's awesome. Maybe as we talk, some other things that I like about it will pop in my mind. I don't hate this movie at all. It just doesn't hit super hard, but there are a couple things that I do like about it.
Davey, thanks, buddy. He sends in $2 super chat and says, "The good, the hot, bitchy, blonde cokehead."
Yeah, the babes are pretty good.
I'm trying to think. Actually, you know what? Jason's look isn't really that bad. When I used to watch this movie, he's juicy Jason. He's always wet.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, as you watch the movie, he doesn't really have that much time to dry out after rewatching it. I mean,
Right.
he's in the lake to begin with, so he's already soggy.
Yeah.
And then he gets on the boat, and then he gets back in the ocean to get on the other boat,
Mm-hmm.
so he gets wet again. And then it's raining while they're on the boat.
Right.
So I don't know why I thought that he should have dried up because,
Mm-hmm.
and then he was in the sewer again. He got wet again. So
Yeah.
I guess I get why he was wet so much. And I think I like the mask right here. The mask looks, I like the way the mask looks, the little yellow tint. My only complaint is, why would the guy on the boat have that mask anyway with the axe mark?
That didn't make any sense. I guess I just thought of another thing that I did notice that I like. They kind of put a little bit of these the director tried to make some interesting things, like with the little dream sequences. Maybe some people thought they were cheesy, but like when she'll see young Jason in the mirror, she's seeing the reflection of him in the puddles and stuff. I kind of like how they connected the innocence of him as a kid to this killer. I don't know if they were maybe trying to I don't know, humanize him a little bit. And I'm sorry for Richard Strange, buddy. I'm sorry. I don't like I'm sorry we disagree on this. By the end of this episode, we're going to be friends. Okay. I promise. We'll get to some things, drop some things in the comments that you like, and maybe we'll find something we could agree on. Okay, buddy. We're going to be buddies by the end of this stream. Okay. I promise.
Buddies. David got a good point. I mean, at this point, Jason's a water monster, which I guess it kind of makes sense. He's been under the water now for 2 movies in a row. So it makes a little bit of sense.
He'd be a little swollen. He'd be a little juicy. You know what I mean?
When he takes the mask off, I don't know how, that's not a very well-loved thing when he looks like a molded clay face.
The makeup wasn't great.
But then again, he was soaking wet and soggy. So what do you want? I think the kills, they were fine. They would have been a lot better. I don't know if the MPAA hacked this one up as much as the other movies.
Oh, the kills are fucking garbage.
But there are a lot of cutaways.
Mm-hmm.
I think almost all of them are like cutaways, really, or little baby throat slashes, or
the MPA really kind of fucked these movies a lot. You know, a lot of these movies would have went a lot harder had they not been completely just gutted by the MPAA, you know. It's hard to make a slasher when you can't show the slashing, you know what I mean? So and we even had a strangulation kill. I saw this, like, we're this deep into a movie and we still got just a slow, like, I'm gonna strangle you kill. Or like you said, it's a cutaway where they'll show Jason like stabbing or something, and then they'll just show the person like with like a little blood smeared on him and stuff.
It's, I mean, the kill you're talking about, the choking one on the dance floor, that's actually
Yeah.
my favorite in this movie, to be honest.
Oh, is it? You liked it? Okay.
I like the setup, and then I like that he just slams her ass after he's done choking the shit out of her. And that was Kelly Hugh, which I didn't know. So that I don't know what she was doing in this movie, but she was there. This movie does.
What else is she in?
I have no clue. The name just sounded familiar.
Oh.
This movie has no star power, which I think is probably another problem with this one. I don't know anyone really. Obviously, Kane Hodder's Jason, he's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody else in this entire. I think maybe Uncle Charles is somebody famous that I don't know. Yeah, Kelly Hugh. I don't know why I know her because she's not in like anything I've ever seen. So I don't know. Let me see. Who else is in this movie? Anybody at all? Probably not. This isn't a very.
I didn't recognize anybody.
No. $5 million budget, I guess. What went towards the boat and fucking the 2 scenes in New York.
Well, what is the deal? Did they intend to shoot the whole movie? Was the whole movie supposed to take place on a boat or no? Was that the intention? Like,
I don't think so. I just think I think they realized they didn't have enough money and they couldn't do everything they wanted to do.
But I'm watching shooting on a boat with all that rain and those tight quarters, like that couldn't have been. Maybe it was a cheaper location, but
and then
I guess permits you have to. Back then, maybe they weren't running and gunning like a lot of those directors like Henenlotter and shit back in the 80s who would just shoot no matter what.
Like Maniac.
Like that. But I just don't like how hard would it have been to just set up in New York? I guess it must have been just cost prohibitive or something.
Yeah, so the only thing we did get was that Times Square scene, and that was basically it. And everything else was obviously, like everybody knows, was in Vancouver, so cheaper to shoot there. Which I showed my wife this, and she was like, I was like, look, they're in New York. And then she saw the big ass like mountains in the back, and she was like, that's not New York. I was like, see, you don't even watch these movies, and you knew that.
Yeah.
I guess another cool kill, I guess, would be Julius, the boxer, when he gets his head punched off.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's pretty corny as hell shit to be in reality.
Yeah.
He's
a little goofy.
As he boxed Jason for 35 minutes, and then Jason's just like, whatever. Crack.
He's like, give it your best shot. He just knocks his fucking head off.
Knocked his block. That's some clowns from Killer Clowns from Outer Space shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Shorty did that, right? He punched.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, this is tough. I don't want to be. I'm trying to think what's actually good about this movie.
Yeah, right. It's tough, right?
I do enjoy it.
It's not bad. It's not hateable, but it's just like kind of. To me, it's just like kind of run-of-the-mill slasher that nothing really stands out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem.
I'm trying.
It's not like a crime against cinema or anything. I just, to me, this movie just kind of meanders.
That's a good way of putting it. Really, just some shit happens on a boat, and then more shit happens on a boat. And
what would is this normal on the East Coast for like an English teacher to take a bunch of 17, 18-year-old high school kids on a boat trip to New York? Is that something that happens a lot?
That was pretty random, actually. Like, oh, this one goes out to the graduating class of Crystal Lake High. And you're like, what?
Like, what is going on?
Why are they playing this? They're visiting our beautiful city this weekend. Why? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And then
The
you had
fact-
the uncle like trying to talk to her like, oh, I know what's best for her, blah, blah, blah. Like this chick's like 18 years old. She looks 25.
Thank you.
Like, what are you going to do? Like, I think she can do whatever she wants.
I was going to say she's supposed to be 18. Like you said, I definitely see looks more like 25. 30,
oh, yeah, they all
to
did.
be honest. All these kids in this movie, other movies in this franchise, they kind of look closer to what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
These ones just look like, young age adults.
Mhm.
They stayed in school a very long time. I did like the opening boat scene. I ain't gonna lie. When Jason kills those 2 people on the boat and then he gets his mask and whatnot.
Why was that mask just hanging there on the steering wheel there like that? I was like, that's convenient.
Because that guy had to bring it with him to tell the story of Jason. And then I'm gonna sit this mask right here.
Yeah. The opening scene was pretty good. I actually like those 2. I wish those 2 characters would have made it. They were one of the more interesting like the performances and characters in the movie. Like it started out pretty cool. I like the storytelling at the beginning, the fake out when he
Yeah.
fakes her out with the knife thing. It starts
Mhm.
off pretty good. I'm like, this is pretty cool, and then we get on the
It's
boat.
and then you get on the boat.
But it is interesting though, because I was thinking when I watched them on the boat, you can tell they did try with this movie a little bit, in my opinion, because
Mhm.
even though we're on a boat on one location, they tried to mix it up with like the visual. They had like a boxing ring, they have like a little disco, we have the upper deck. Like we get to see some different areas of the boat,
Mhm.
but there's only so many different rooms you can like walk into. And that random that random chick like, was she shooting music videos
Yep, in the
on the
basement.
Oh yeah, the music. The music is good. But yeah, the shooting the
Dun,
it
dun.
looked like the Terminator 2 like boiler room that they're shooting a music video in.
And that's another one. That's you think it's gonna be a really cool kill. Jason picks up the guitar, and then what does it do? Cuts to the smokestack or whatever the hell it
Yeah.
was, and hear her screaming.
It was kind of cool when he bashed he like the guitar went straight to the camera and the blood came out.
Mhm.
That was pretty cool.
I mean, the visuals are cool in this movie.
Yeah.
I love all the artwork afterwards, like the cool fan posters and shit there are for
Mhm.
this movie. The mask is pretty good. I know people don't like it because it's yellow, but I think it looks pretty good. Um, I mean, the boat setting is not entirely terrible, like you said. At least there's a little bit of different stuff going on the
Mhm.
boat, I guess. Teleportation, Jason, of course, yes, he arrived in this movie because he's chasing the uncle one place and then bam, he's at the third floor throwing him out of a window. So he might be an X-Men at this point. We don't even know what Jason is. Um, it doesn't bother me that much because I mean, how realistic were these movies to begin with anyway? I mean, he's a
Mhm.
zombie who kills people, so I didn't hate it that
He's
much.
just
But
a trouble boy. He's just a maldeveloped man child. Just, and everybody, he's just he's misunderstood, really.
that's a good point, Blu-ray. Wayne carries a shotgun while he's also holding his camera for some reason. That is a guy. I didn't even think about that. He's fucking recording as he's going along, holding, and then he shoots the wrong guy like an asshole. So, and, and like you said, the kills. Well, I guess we're gonna get to it. I the kills are there. There's some.
There's a
Another good.
lot of them.
Yeah, yeah, they equal like one altogether put together, but yeah, they're there. Another good thing is whenever the teacher blows up and nobody tries to save her. I like that one. That's good, right? She's just sitting. Hey, where's the other lady that was with us?
Yeah.
Then she blows up and nobody gives a shit. They don't even care.
Mhm.
Oh, the two Mexican guys who are not Mexican at all. The two white guys who are pretending to be Mexicans. I like those
Yeah, that
guys.
was so weird, wasn't it?
Comprende? You're white. You're not Mexican. Um. Yeah. I don't know if there's any more good in this movie, unfortunately.
I thought you liked it. Are you turning on it? You're turning on the movie midstream, dude.
No, I did. I enjoy watching it for what it is, but there's not much good. I think it's more nostalgia, to be honest, with this one. Watched this a decent amount growing up, so
Yeah.
I don't got anything else to go in the good, unfortunately. Sorry, but what about this? This will be a good one. There's
There we
probably
go.
more stuff to talk about. The bad for Jason Takes Manhattan. What's bad, Justin?
I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. I would say honestly, the kills are the thing that's the most disappointing because there's not a lot of interesting characters. There's not a like I did say that they tried to make it interesting to look at, but there's the locations are not great. So the story is kind of non-existent. We're kind of just existing in this weird little world, right?
Hmm.
So the only thing you have in a movie like that usually is the kills, right? So if you don't have, I'm kind of a gore hound. Like I love an on-screen kill and all that. So that usually can save what would normally be like a
Hmm.
slower movie. So the kills it's rough, man. It's rough. This movie could have been, imagine this movie with like 8 or 5 to 8 like really solid kills, and it's a 10 times better movie. It's shot well. Jason looks good. They had a little bit of money. If they could have just got some goddamn kills in this movie, I think it could have been great. You know? That's
So-
what I struggle with the most, and a lot of these movies. Really, none of them really have great gore.
No, like part 7, the kills are decent. If the MPA didn't mess up those kills, the real footage of those kills are amazing. Gore everywhere. This movie doesn't really seem like the kills that do happen would have that much gore anyway. Really, it's just a slash. Like you said, the choke.
That hot stone kill could have been awesome. Like if they would have shown the hand like digging into his chest and there was blood and he's just shoving it like in the, that could have been kind of interesting. If the harpoon would have like went through somebody's fucking eye or
nope, hit the wall.
Even when he punches that dude's head off, that like the neck is like, it looks like it was cut with this like a perfect slice and there's no blood. It's just a dry, perfectly cut, decapitated head. If it was like squirting blood and had some tendrils of gore hanging out of it, I just need more gore. I really do.
Yeah, like they punched his head off and that was it, real quick. You can't really see too much because you're kind of far away.
Yeah.
The goriest kill probably is the sauna one.
Yeah.
I mean, you see a little bit of flames in like his guts, and then it zooms back away, and you just see the back of Jason.
It's always just a cutaway of Jason just going like
doing something.
Like he's either like stabbing with the harpoon like this, and they just show him from below. But the funniest one was that when he drowns the guy in that bucket of whatever that green rat juice was, and he's just like shaking his leg like he's like bullying a kid and shaking his milk money out of his pockets. It looked pretty silly. I found myself like chuckling at a couple of these.
He did shake the shit out of him. It was like 1 or 2 minutes of straight going like this.
That would be a rough way to go though.
Ugh.
That's technically an on-screen kill, I guess.
It's nasty.
After
he got thrown out the window and he was like, "I'll pay you." I don't think Jason wants any money.
Right. What is he gonna do with cash, man?
The needle kill was okay. When he stuck the syringe through the guy's back and it came out his stomach.
That was kind of cool, yeah.
The other Mexican guy got his head slammed against the pipe. I don't really know how that's gonna kill someone, but sure.
Yeah, that was weird.
The naked lady in the bathtub, once again. Cut away.
Right.
It's rough. And obviously the budget didn't go to special effects because there really was none, to be honest. It had to go to mostly location and maybe paying Kane Hodder. I don't know. And it didn't go to the final girl for sure because she's terrible.
Yeah, they didn't develop her like whatsoever. They tried to. You could tell they tried to make her a thing, but I don't believe she was. I mean, towards the end they developed her character a little bit, but up until the end when we get that little flashback with her uncle and stuff, I don't think they developed her character more than they did anybody else's. And she's supposed to be our final girl. That's like, here, care about her because we're telling you to,
There was really no charisma. There was no reason to fall in love with her.
Yeah.
She was afraid of swimming and didn't like going in the lake. And Jason pulled her down when she was a kid.
Is that why he didn't want her to come on the boat? Why was the uncle so pressed about her coming on the trip?
I guess because of being on the water and afraid. I guess. I mean, and what did we see Kid Jason about 18 times? And he looked different every single time.
He did have like different makeup every time.
He was young. The other one, he was Chinese. The other one, he had regular eyeballs. The other one, he had funky eyeballs.
Yeah.
We didn't want to go with consistency on this one. Unfortunately. Vanderhoff says Rennie was hot, so he didn't care. I guess.
Which one was Rennie?
The final girl.
Oh.
She's fine. Pretty boring.
She didn't even get naked, dude.
The only girl that got naked was the blonde chick, and it was for like 2 seconds.
I know. Was that the chick who drew the organs on her stomach? In reality, that dude probably would have banged her, right?
The teacher guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. He would have shut the door and just went through with it.
Yeah, right. Like he's like, no, I cannot do this.
You're already on the camera, like groping her and kissing her, so you might as well just finish it. But then she wouldn't have expected that part of it and been like, nasty. Characters are not that great in this movie. We got a lot of throwaway characters. Rennie, the final girl, and then her boyfriend. I don't even can't even think of his name. I don't know. Rick? No, it wasn't Rick.
Had they met? But did they know each other before the trip?
Yeah, I guess they went to school together. I'm assuming
because they fell in love pretty quick.
He got her that nice Statue of Liberty necklace. That was nice. That was
Yeah,
really
before
cute.
I knew it, like, oh, I guess these two are in love just out of nowhere. I guess.
No, Billy. He says, did Tamara really push Rennie off the boat by accident? Hell no. She shoved her ass off the boat.
That was pretty crazy.
That's I know it was a stunt and shit, but that's pretty dangerous to do that. That's not like it's Sean, that's what his name is. Sean. He lost his dad in this movie, so he's pretty rough time for him. Even though his dad looked like he was 70 years old as the boat captain. What? Obviously, the more bad is that we didn't get more New York action, which is what this movie promised everybody. Jason takes Manhattan for 5 minutes at the end. Yes, seeing him in Times Square was great. Obviously, like you said, the panoramic shot or whatever that went around his head whenever he's standing there is great. But that was it. His interaction with the Boombox Kids was good, but wasn't nearly enough. Got some subway action. It was good. Another bad thing would be the sewers getting flooded out at night because that doesn't make any sense.
It was kind of a cool scene, though.
It was, but what? I was like, is this real? They really flood the sewers with toxic waste at nighttime?
Yeah, she just randomly stumbles across that like alien blood bucket of acid or whatever the fuck it was in there that she dumps all over him. Like, why was that random? There's like some trioxin 245 sitting in the tunnel of New York that she throws on him.
It didn't take long for her to open it either. She whacked it a couple times with a flashlight.
Yeah, she got it right open, dude.
And threw it on his face, and then he's fucking having a meltdown. And then he's walking up the hallway like he's drunk, bouncing off the walls from side to side. That's good stuff. And then the ending, my friend. Did he turn back into a little boy, or was it all in Rennie's head?
That's what I couldn't tell. I wasn't sure. I mean, it seemed like her boyfriend saw him too. It seemed like he saw him, didn't it? Like it wasn't just her. I couldn't really tell, but
there's no way. There's no way in hell that he turned back into a little boy.
Yeah, I think that was it was probably in her head.
Because she remembers him as a kid in the lake, and she had all the visions of him as a little boy.
So that was like true canon in the movie. He really was just chilling under the lake still, just like swimming around like a little suckerfish in the bottom of the lake. Just cleaning up eating minnows and shit. Like, what's he doing down there? Just chilling?
They don't know what's going on, man. And then he's at the deepest part of the fucking lake where you got nowhere to stand. So he's the best swimmer ever made.
So he was in the lake. And then, so at the beginning of the movie, the couple that are getting ready to bang and the ghost story and all that stuff, was that on Crystal Lake?
Yes.
Or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's on so he gets on the boat there.
And then he drives that boat to the ocean, which makes no sense.
Well, if you're if you're on the East Coast, though, maybe there's some kind of strait or small creek or something that maybe slipped into the
not where that lake is. No, sir.
Yeah, I guess they've kind of showed big shots of it in other movies, and it's pretty.
And then, like, the exact location in real life is nowhere close to the ocean, so that was a good try.
I know, Vanderhoff. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying to give this movie the credit it deserves. I'm trying to give it some respect. I was even going to analyze when somebody talked about the yellowing of the mask. Like, it was sitting on that boat. It's been in the sun. It probably yellowed. If you left something out on the side like that, it's going to yellow. So there's the excuse for that. You can explain all this stuff. They had it all figured out. Nothing. This was all by design. This entire movie. Estuaries. See, I knew that word for sure.
I don't really care that the mask was yellow because it wasn't like it was this real mask anyway. So
yeah.
It isn't like Halloween 2 whenever it was under the bed and got cigarette smoke on it. Maybe Jason's a heavy smoker now and he's
maybe it was cigarette smoke.
Puffing it out. Yeah, so that's bad, is obviously. But I'd like the camp setting in the beginning. I wish maybe we didn't go to New York and we just stayed there and did it again. But he was He was only down there because Tina's dad tied him up with a chain and then let him underneath the dock or whatever the hell he did. So it's just the franchise was so high. 1 through 4, fantastic. 5, you love 5. 5 is
That's the candy bar one, right? With the
yes, it is.
I love it, dude. I love that movie.
5 is hit or miss. A lot of people love 6. I mean,
Mhm.
it's not my personal favorite, but it is good.
Yeah.
And then 7's really boring and edited badly.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get this one, and then everybody hates the next one with Jason Goes to Hell, except I like that movie. So besides me, it's a wacky franchise. They do their best to keep consistency and continuity going, but I mean, it can only jump the shark so many times,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I don't think anybody's going to this series for serious horror.
Right.
Not like Halloween.
When these were coming out in their initial run, like I was actually talking about this show in this movie to a friend of mine today, and seeing these movies and being in the moment as they were coming out in the 80s must have been really special. Like if I was younger and this movie came out, I probably would have loved it. You know what I mean? So it's hard. Like if that happens with all kinds of movies, if you don't grow up with a movie and you miss the moment, when you come back to it, sometimes it's a little hard to, it's just kind of hard to appreciate it. So I think what happens with me when I go back and watch these movies is they are a little slower. The kills are a little lackluster. There's not a lot. So I think when I get part 5, I'm like, okay, this is just wacky, dumb shit. And it's not boring me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is like a silly trauma movie that I can watch more so as a comedy, essentially. You know what I mean? Because it's basically a comedy at that point. So I think that's why and the same with Jason X. Like if you watch some of those other more slower, more like kind of boring installments, and then you go to a part 5 or a Jason X when we're doing super uber Jason and all that stuff. They may be grasping at straws and jumping the shark, but to me that's when like, okay, at least something is happening, besides just like no-name teenagers walking slowly from room to room. Jason pops out, fucking random kill, off kill, move. He walks around a little bit more. 2 teenagers talk, off-screen kill there, and it's just kind of rinse and repeat. For me, at least, this is just my opinion. So give me the bad ones. Give me the bad ones. That's what I want.
Like Dave said, I was born in '68. I've seen every movie in the theaters they were coming out, and I just enjoyed them for what they were.
Yeah,
that's
that's respectable. I totally get that. I probably would have been the same way had I been seeing these two for real.
What's the? Do you remember the first Friday the 13th movie you ever saw in theaters? Or
Me?
Or did you never see any in theaters?
I honestly don't think I don't even think I saw Freddy versus Jason at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't. What year did Freddy versus Jason come out?
2003, I believe.
Man, I had to have. I'm sure I saw that one in the theater. I'm sure I did. That would have been the only one though.
My first one was Jason X.
Oh, that's sick, dude.
That came out in 2001, so I was 13 when that came out.
That's awesome.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
And now I hate it. But
that's crazy. The nostalgia doesn't
work for that.
Marinate
doesn't work
for you.
For that one. Not that one. No.
That's so interesting.
I saw Freddy vs. Jason 3 times. I don't know why, but I did. I saw. Did I see the remake? I had to have seen the remake in theaters. Yeah, I did. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And if we ever get another one, I'll go see that one. But
I apparently we're getting like a fucking tea commercial or something with him or something. I saw that announcement today. What is it?
Angry Orchard commercial.
Oh, that's what it is. It's the Angry Orchard.
Yeah, it made it seem like it's going to be a short film, and it's a fucking Angry Orchard commercial.
I think they're just trying to build the hype a little bit.
I love it. I mean, I'm not being as critical as a lot of other YouTubers I've been seeing. I know they love these things, but it's whatever. It's been this. We haven't had a movie since 2009, so it is what it is at this point. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's a commercial. I'll watch it if it looks cool. It's fine. I'm sure people will do reviews on it, and they will because that's just the way it goes. I don't know. Got anything else to add to the bad category for this?
Not really, but I did. I said that by the end of this stream, me and Richard Strang. What is it? What's his name? Richard. What's your name? Richard Strang.
Richard
I
Stange.
told you we'd be friends, dude. I don't know how anybody can hate Jason X either. I don't fucking get it. It's a ball from beginning to end, Facci. We're gonna make you. You're gonna watch it again, dude.
No,
We're
I
gonna
do.
we're gonna force you to watch this over and
I
over until
am.
you get that nostalgia back. Isn't
I,
that? Are we doing that one? Is that the one that we're doing again?
you're on that one if you're still up for it.
The redo, yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it again, but I gotta watch out with my one of my sons because that's his favorite one, so he wants to watch out with me.
It's kind of cartoonish, right? Like a Power Rangers episode or something.
The
Once
whole
they
fucking
get
time.
going, yeah.
Yeah. Ew. Let me see. Okay. I don't have any more bad stuff. Up, see, Richard says we're good now. There you
I
go.
knew it. I knew we would be.
And yeah, So Richard, do you like Jason Goes to Hell too? Is that okay? Because I like that. I like that one. Not
That
as a
one I need to give that one another try too.
not
Because I
as a
feel
Friday
like
the 13th movie though.
yeah, it's kind of an Evil Dead movie, really.
Yes. Yeah.
You
Really.
know? But that is another one where I think maybe I hadn't when I got when the Friday box set came out.
Mhm.
What year was that? Was that like 2020?
Yeah, either
Something like
2020 or
that.
2021. Yeah.
That was that when I got that set, that was the first time that I was watching several of those movies. Like I had not seen the entire franchise. So when I rewatched them, I remember loving Jason X, and a handful of the other ones were hit or miss for me. And when it came to Jason Goes to Hell, I remember watching that on a sleepover when I was a kid, really, really young. And that's the one where the glove comes up and grabs the mask and pulls it down, right?
Yep.
And I remember
Mhm.
thinking that was so cool. And then I rewatched it when I got the box set. And I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on in this movie? Like, it's transferring and all this stuff. It's kind of fucking weird. What the hell is happening? And then, but now I'm thinking about it. They were giving us something different, which is what I bitch about. These movies doing the same thing over and over again, because by the time you're that deep in a franchise,
What else
you
gonna do?
really do have to do something different. Even though us horror fans, we kind of just crave what we're comfortable with. Like, I want what I'm used to. I need my, the drug that I'm used to, which is, what I've seen in the other movies. And I understand why people get upset, but for a casual fan, I think I like when they mix things up and try to do things a little bit different. Just like with this one, I feel like they were trying to do something different by taking him out of the camp, but then they didn't take him out of the camp. But for a few minutes at the end of this franchise, dude, they just really lost the plot, and they just couldn't keep it together, dude.
Yeah. Jason. Okay, I guess people do like Jason Goes to Hell. Getting some love in the chat for that.
I think people are coming around on that one
because they're watching it as not a Friday the 13th movie, because it has nothing to do with Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
really at all. Besides,
do you like it as a like? Do you like it at all, or
I didn't
struggle with it?
I didn't like that movie at all before, and I did my ranking years ago. It was like last or almost last. Now, I enjoy it. It has some of the best gore in the franchise, which I saw somebody post in the comments. It really does. Practical effects are great.
Yeah, the gross worm shit.
Going up vaginas. I mean, where are you going to get that? Come on. Nowhere else. Nowhere. Jason's look is what we do see. His look is kind of but I like the movie overall. It's a good enough time for me. Like I said, the only movie that I do not rewatch is Jason X. Oh, that's not true. And Freddy vs. Jason, which I know a lot of people love, but I just don't really find enjoyment in that one.
It's weird, isn't it? It's a weird one.
It's so
is it 2000s?
Yep.
Yeah, it has that 2000s feel. Where they try to didn't they throw in a bunch of like shitty CGI and stuff?
Yeah, like Jason looks. Ken Kersinger played Jason, who was in Jason Takes Manhattan. He's the guy who got thrown into the mirror at the diner. It is not a very good Jason. No offense to him. It was awesome when it came out. I ain't gonna lie. I was 15 when that was 15, 16 when that one came out. Obviously, I loved the shit out of it. But I'm never just sitting around and be like, man, I really want to go watch Freddy vs. Jason today. Like, it never crosses my mind to go rewatch it.
Yeah.
And probably never. Well, I will watch it in a couple weeks because I got to, but
I was gonna say you'll have a stream or a video where you're gonna have to rewatch it, dude.
Yeah,
You
I'll
have
be
to-
watching that one in a couple weeks. I
yeah.
don't really want to, but I will. So after all that being said, that brings us to the last slide, the Judgment. I put my polls out on Instagram and YouTube like I always do. Want to know what you guys think? Instagram, after averaging it out, got a 3.11 out of 5, which is higher than I thought it would have been. And YouTube got a 3.46 out of 5. Once again, higher than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I think so too.
Put the poll in the chat like I always do. Let me end that and see what won that poll. 3 got 52% of the votes. 2 and below got 21% of the votes. 4 got 15% and 5 got 10%. So the chat agrees with 3 as well. So looks like 3's all around. I know not everybody likes to give ratings on movies, but I gotta ask, if you're giving it a rating out of 5 stars, what are you giving Jason Takes Manhattan?
Man, I want to be fair to it. I don't think it would. I don't think it would crack the 3s, honestly. If we're doing like fractions, it would be like just below a 3, like maybe a 2.6, 2.7, 2.8. You know,
I think I did. I can't.
2.5 maybe out of 5, right? We're doing like letterbox style.
Out of 5.
I don't think I could go higher than if I was on straight up letterboxed, it would probably be a 2.5. Just down the middle. Cause I don't hate it. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
There's some quirky. It's quirky, you know? So
I gave it a 3 out of 5.
yeah.
I don't know why. I don't really know if it's a 3 out of 5 movie, but I'm not basing this off of comparing it to The Exorcist or anything like that. Just within the context of this franchise, I guess I give it a 3 out of 5. It might be a little high. A little bit more than average, I guess. But I think it's fair. I see Richard loves it and he gave it a 3. Blu-ray gave it a 3. See, people, you can like it and not give it a higher score than that, so it makes sense. That's the problem. Everything either has to be amazing or shitty. There's no in between.
I'm just all about rewatch value is huge for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I a lot of my rating kind of goes into like, would I watch this again? Is this a movie I want to turn on a regular basis, you know? And if I find myself thinking about, like, when I think about this movie, I don't know of a time when I would pull it off the shelf and say, you know what, I'm gonna watch Jason Takes Manhattan. There's just not as much rewatch for me, so I can't give a movie above an average score if it's not something that I would fucking watch all the time. You know what I mean? That's why it's like down the middle, not bad. Wouldn't watch it over and over again. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. I kind of want to switch to 2.5. That's a good point.
Rewatchability is huge, man, especially with horror, because there's not a lot of genres where you watch the same movies over and over again, you know?
No, like within this franchise, honestly, if I'm going to watch one, it's going to be either 2 or 3 for me. They have a lot of rewatchability factors. All these horror movies that are coming out, well, recently the horror's not been, it's kind of been hit or miss, to be honest, recently, this year anyway. Like, I know you said Sinners is fantastic, but is that a movie that you're just going to be like, I'm bored today, I'm going to pop in Sinners, and then I'm going to watch it in another month? Probably not, because it's, what, a 2-hour plus movie.
Yeah, and it's pretty serious, too. It is good, though.
So rewatchability is probably not there for that, even if the movie is a 4 out of 5 star movie.
Yeah.
I'm trying to I've been like Phantasm for one. I rewatch that constantly. I just rewatched it again.
The original?
Yes. I love it. I know a lot of people don't talk about that franchise, but I'd rate it very high. I think it's very rewatchable for me. But then I just rewatched Alien because I'm doing top 10 from the 70s. It's good, obviously. It's a classic, but I don't think that's a movie that I'm just going to want to rewatch constantly. It just doesn't have...
That's reserved for Aliens, dude, and everybody knows it.
Yeah, I think I'm an Aliens guy myself as well. But Alien is good. It got major creep factor for sure.
It's a good vibe. That's one of those movies where I grew up with Aliens because that was just more of like I think that's just age for me. Like that's just the one I grew up on. So I used to look at Aliens as a little bit, or Alien as a little bit slower, but now when I rewatch it, I appreciate it a lot more. than I used to. Because if you watch the Aliens, it's kind of goofy at times. I love it though. I love me some Cameron, but it's a little silly.
I've only seen, well, this is only my second time watching Alien, so I've only ever watched these movies for the first time probably a year ago.
Oh damn!
I never really had the urge to watch them. So, but
The first one has such like a vibe to it, man. The way the filmmaking in that movie is fucking incredible, dude. It's slow and building, you know. And then once it gets going, it's fucking nuts.
got the chest burster. He's
Dude.
so cute. And he's dancing around.
I
love
know.
that guy. I haven't watched that entire franchise either, though. Aliens. I've only watched the first 3, I think.
It gets hit or miss after that.
And I've seen Alien versus Predator, but
yeah. I still have never seen that movie. I've never seen Alien versus Predator, which is crazy. I don't know why.
I saw the first one. I never saw the second one. I just saw people say it was way too dark and you couldn't see anything.
Yeah,
so
I've always heard that too. Yeah.
Never watched. Are you drinking? Is that Liquid Death or not today?
It is a mango. Yeah, mango chainsaw.
You son of a bitch.
Oh,
Severed lime, baby.
Severed lime's the best.
It is.
That's the best flavor.
A lot of love for Alien. I guess you guys are glad I brought it up. I guess. But I enjoyed the rewatch. Not as much as I enjoyed the rewatch for Jaws, because Jaws is my jam, but it's good. I'm not really a 70s movie guy, so like you said, the 80s is when it got bumped up real quick. Fast-paced slasher movies in the 80s compared to how the 70s were kind of slower and dragged it out a little bit.
Yeah.
So I've always been an 80s guy more than a 70s, but I'm appreciating all these 70s horror movies I'm rewatching. I asked people to give me some suggestions, maybe some I haven't seen. I want to see Torso. I know it's a Giallo, I believe, which I'm not really.
Did you see Zombie?
I've seen that. I've seen
Suspiria?
Yeah, I've seen Suspiria. I didn't like it.
Yeah, probably. I prefer the remake.
I didn't know if that's a hot take about Suspiria or not, but I didn't like it at all. So.
The first time I saw it, I didn't like it either, man, to be honest with you.
I had no idea what was going on. It's about, is that a witch? Is it witches? I don't even know.
Witches, yeah.
Yeah, I was a little too trippy for me. Colors, it looks great and the colors are beautiful, but a little too trippy for me. I just watched Alice, Sweet Alice for the first time a couple weeks ago. That was a good one. I like that one. I'm trying to think. Anybody got any suggestions? Please drop it in the chat. 70s horror.
Oh, thanks, Death Ray, for the compliment. And actually, we can thank Christian for he said my room has a Twin Peaks vibe. That's actually Christian Hanahara. That was his suggestion for my rug. So shout out Christian for that.
Christian Hanahara.
It ties the whole room together, man.
It does. That room is crazy, man.
It's a Pee-wee's Playhouse. It's Twin Peaks Pee-wee's Playhouse.
That Chucky doll beside, why is he looks really creepy.
He's kind of
what the fuck is he doing?
He's kind of doofy, dude. It's the Home Depot Chucky, and yeah, I got a hat on him, and I got his hair in a little man bun too. So, and a little sash around his neck.
I was wondering why he looked weird. Yeah. that makes sense.
Yeah, the mold on the face for the old Home Depot Chucky.
Depot
could be better, Chucky. But I you know, the full size NECAs are so goddamn expensive. So I'll stick with my janky Temu Chucky.
Home Depot.
You know.
They build stuff together, you know what I mean?
That's
so
right.
Home Depot does. Dun 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 dun. Oh. Wow, that's fucking. I was wondering why his hair looks like he got a really bad haircut.
Yeah, I tied his hair up, and then I have a A24 hat on him.
An A20. I'm a huge fan of A24. Just kidding. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not.
Damn it.
I like.
You ever
some
see Green Room?
Yes, I think
that's A24. Fantastic movie.
If it's what I think it is that with
the
Patrick
punk
Stewart?
Band? Yeah, the punk band that go to the Nazi club and stuff.
Yep.
That's great.
I've seen that one.
Did you like Tusk? That's an A24 movie.
Fuck yeah, I like Tusk. It's hilarious.
So you like A24 movies? Boom.
I like some, dude. Tusk is hilarious. And Justin Long's in it, and I obviously love Justin. And Johnny Depp's in it, which I don't think anybody even knows, but he's in it.
Oh yeah.
What else? Talk to Me's A24. I like Talk to Me.
Yeah.
I did not like what the fuck was the last one? Bring Her Back. Was that A24?
Was that A24 or Neon? I can't remember.
And
Oh no, it is A24 because Talk to Me was A24. It's the same director as I Have the Hand from
you got the hand.
A24. Yeah,
You
I actually got two of them. You know, A24 was rad. I got one in the mail, and one of the fingers was broken on it. So I was like,
you one.
I'll send this back. I'll send this back. And they're like, no, just keep it. And I'm like, bet, dude. I just glued the finger on. You can't even tell. So now I got two of those fucking things haunting my house.
He holds both hands. And
Did you like Midsummer?
No.
Hereditary?
No.
Okay, all right.
I liked Midsommar. Made me laugh. If that means anything.
It's funny. It's a funny movie.
Yeah, and that guy gets hit off the fucking cliff, and then he doesn't die, or he doesn't die up top or at the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't know, and he falls off the cliff.
Yeah.
That's funny. The guy in the bear costume who's burning. That's funny.
Mhm.
It's not supposed to be, but it is.
Did you see? It's just now. I'm just going to be asking you if you've seen 50 million fucking A24 movies. Did you see The Northman?
I did not. I just saw like the poster, and then I was like, yeah, it's probably not for me. So.
I mean, it's pretty badass fucking Viking shit, dude. It's pretty cool.
I've seen The Witch, and sorry, Richard. I hated The Witch. I'm sorry.
Eggers is kind of an acquired taste, but dude, I think if you ever have like a rainy Sunday and you're ready to just watch kind of a chill movie, well, I don't know if it's chill, but because it is long, but The Northman is a wild fucking movie, dude. It's crazy. It's a cool movie. The Lighthouse,
Spring Breakers,
fucking
that's A24.
That's A24, yeah.
I thought there was gonna be more nudity in that movie though, so
they're making a second one. Do you know
gets
that?
a thumbs down from me on that one.
They're making a second Spring Breakers with I believe I'm right here, so maybe somebody can check it. Spring Breakers 2 with the director of Freeway. I don't know if anybody's seen the movie Freeway with Kiefer Sutherland and Reese Witherspoon. It's from like 96, 97 or something. Crazy director. Wow. And Spring Breakers is a wacky little movie.
I thought that was gonna be something else. It was fine.
Yeah.
I just thought there was gonna be way more nudity, and that was a little heartbroken when there wasn't. So.
Your breast count, if you did a video on it, your titty count would be low, dude.
Ooh.
You know, it'd score low on the.
I saw the ladies in it, and I was like, "Dang, they're all good-looking actresses too," and got nothing.
Oh yeah, so. Selena Gomez.
Everybody likes The Witch. I don't know. Maybe I didn't like it.
Oh yeah, Bella Thorne. Yeah, is going to be the lead in the second one. That's cool.
She'll probably get naked. She's crazy, so she'll be naked.
You know where her directorial debut premiered on? The first movie she directed.
What was it?
Guess one time. Just take one guess.
Bella Thorne?
Yeah. She directed her movie and it premiered on Pornhub.
Oh.
Her directorial debut premiered on Pornhub.
How the hell would I know?
And I don't even think it was I think it was like just a movie, but
it put it on Pornhub.
Yeah, I guess just maybe for some publicity stuff.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I know she was in Amityville Horror movie once.
Oh, she was in one of those, wasn't she?
Yeah, it was one of the most recent ones. I don't know.
I remember her face like really bad Photoshop on the cover of on that cover of that movie, dude.
That's the only reason I watched it, and I was like, this movie's terrible.
It looked like an old like Redbox movie cover or something.
Oh, Amityville Horror. That's from the 70s. There we go. That's from this. I'm not gonna rewatch that one though. I just can't do it. I thought I liked the Amityville Horror, and I watched it, and I was like, this movie is so boring.
Let me ask you this. This isn't the 70s, but it's 1980. Do you like The Shining?
Yes.
Oh, you do like The Shining. That's awesome.
That's shocking, isn't it?
No, I'm glad. It makes me happy. I'm like, yes.
It's good. I like Dr. Sleep more, but
dude. Fucking A right, dude. That movie is so underrated,
Sleep
dude.
is real good.
God, it's so good. And nobody has seen it. I swear it's Mike Flanagan, dude. It's like it's amazing. It's such a good movie.
Once again, though, those are like The Shining isn't a movie I grew up with, so I probably watched that a couple years ago for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not really scary, but it's just a vibe. You know what I mean?
Good. Yeah. What's up, Nightmare Films? He said, wasn't she in a movie where she is a drug addict who overdoses and gets found by her mom or something like that? Bella Thorne? I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it.
That sounds about right. I'm not too familiar with her filmography. She's real pretty. I always thought she was hot. She was in. She was also. I think the first thing I ever saw her in was that Babysitter movie, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the
The
babysitter. Yeah,
first
those are
one.
good.
The
Yeah, the
second one
first
was
one.
fucking dog shit, but the first one was fun.
I like the first one. Wasn't Jenna
Yeah.
Ortega in the second one?
Yeah, she was.
Okay. Mark says Doctor Sleep over The Shining. Blu-ray says Doctor Sleep is fantastic. Richard says Doctor Sleep made me sleep. Boring as hell.
It's a lot of. There's a lot of story, and it's kind of a Mike Flanagan is really big on dialogue,
I
so
thought it
there's a
was
lot
good.
of dialogue scenes and stuff.
I heard the director's cut is better, but it's also like 3+ hours, and I don't got time to watch that.
It's long, but dude, when he at towards the I won't spoil a whole lot. It is in the trailer though, but when he goes back to that hotel, dude, dude, I just lose my shit every time he goes back to that hotel.
Dun, dun,
You know, it's
dun,
like, oh my god, no
dun.
fucking way, dude.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get. Well, I think I like my tastes in movies, but other people obviously do not.
You know what I'll say about you though, and I've always said this, you know, you don't like every movie, but you give every fucking kind of movie a try. You watch them all. You know, you don't say I'm not watching that. You watch everything.
Well, except for The Northman, but that's
You'll
because
watch it.
I didn't think it was a horror. Is it? It's not a horror movie though, right?
No,
Or
it's
is
not
it?
a horror movie. No, it's just like a Vikings tale, like a story of this Norse warrior, dude.
I mean, it sounds interesting enough.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if I watched like those movies, like, maybe like if I give The Witch another, maybe I
Well,
doubt it,
like
but
the Northman is
maybe.
like one of the most like uber hyper there's like not a scene in that movie where there's not like 10 muscle bound fucking baby oil dudes fucking screaming and hitting shit with the fucking axe. Like dude, the film, I don't want to spoil the ending, but like one of the coolest scenes toward the end of the movie, they're literally fighting on the top of a erupting volcano, dude. It's like insane.
So you're saying it's
And they're naked too, by the way. Two
oh,
naked men fighting
oh
on top
my
of a
god.
volcano. Hanging
A24
dong, dude.
A24 does have a problem with naked dongs and old people being naked. I'll
Yeah,
tell you.
dude.
I watched Hereditary. Everybody loves Hereditary. I watched it. I was like, I don't get it.
Did you like any of the Pearl movies? This is just turning into an interrogation of you right now.
I liked X. I did not like Pearl, and I
Okay.
liked Maxine, which a lot of people don't like
Oh, okay.
that much.
See,
I,
you need to rethink your slander on A24, dude. You
oh
just
shit,
named
they
like
are
10,
A24.
you just
Fuck.
named like 10 or 15 A24 movies that you
I
like.
did. And that what Together? I think is that A24 or is that Neon?
That's
Coming out.
A24.
That looks interesting.
Oh,
I mean,
Together, I'm not sure. I thought you were talking about the trilogy of the Pearl trilogy. Together looks awesome, doesn't it?
yeah, it does. I for a minute I didn't know if it was even going to come out because of the copyright shit going on with that movie and another movie, but I guess it is. Comes out what, July, I think.
Yeah.
It looks interesting enough, and I like Dave Franco, so
Yeah.
I definitely want to see it. Ashton, you like Exorcist believer, Matt, so I question your takes. Shut up. I'm not an Exorcist like woohoo rah 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 kind of guy. So I watched it. I liked it. It was fine.
What's your letterboxed for Exorcist believer?
Let me see.
Oh, he's got it on here.
Maybe it's probably like a 3.5. Maybe it's. Let me see.
That's getting a little high for that one, dude.
What? But it's just directed by somebody who I love.
Oh, who directed it?
David Gordon Green.
Oh fuck, he did direct that. That's
so it currently sits at an average of 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
A couple people I follow got a 1.5, a 1.5, a 2, another 1.5. I gave it a 3.5. So that's
3.5.
It was probably just a little biased. I mean, that's my Halloween trilogy guy, DGG. So, and like I said, I'm not an Exorcist like guy, so I'm not like, oh, the first one's amazing. This is blasphemy.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't. I'm not that attached to it. If that has something to do with it.
My boy, don't worry. My boy Mike Flanagan's swooping in to save the franchise, dude. Don't worry.
We don't
He's
even
gonna
need
save it. It's gonna be
No.
2.5 hours with 10-minute dialogue scenes and monologues, and it's gonna be fucking awesome.
I just don't. That's the problem with me, though. I probably do have some ADHD. It's kind of hard for me to focus on these movies that are longer than an hour and a half. If I'm
Flanagan
being
is gonna
honest,
absolutely fucking kill that.
that's probably one reason I haven't seen Sinners yet, because it's a little bit long on the long side.
It flies, dude.
That's what I hear. I
Yeah,
heard
it
Megan
flies.
2.0 is long too. I don't know if that's true or not. Which I don't know how the fuck they make that movie long.
That
Where the hell is
Megan
it?
movie, that's gonna be. I am so curious to see how that movie's gonna turn out. I feel like they went so far for this second one, judging by the trailer. I feel like some stuff probably should have been like, what the hell's gonna happen in the third one if they're throwing this much at the fucking wall for the sequel? I feel like they should have maybe chilled a little bit and saved some shit for the third movie. It's a
But
lot, dude. That trailer is a lot. It looks fun. It definitely does.
it, like you said though, the first one was going for that horror slasher killer doll, and now this one is going T2 status.
Mhm.
What the hell's the third one going to be? Is Megan
I
going to go
know.
back to being bad, or are
They
they
need
just
a
going to?
liquid metal Megan. They just need to follow the Terminator franchise, have liquid metal Megan. You know what I mean? Have her melt
Liquid
through
metal
fucking
Megan.
yeah, just like T-1000 in Terminator 2, dude. You know what I mean?
Oh, Richard, the Batman is awesome. I didn't like the Batman either. Oh my
That was
gosh,
the most oh
I'm
god, that thing
sorry.
was a fucking slog, dude.
I'm so sorry. Like I went with my buddy, he loved it, and I was just like, this movie is so long. Please end. It's not my Batman. My Batman's Christian Bale. I'm sorry. That's who my Batman is.
Michael Keaton, dude.
That's who I yeah, you grew up with Michael Keaton probably though. I didn't.
Mhm.
So, obviously Christian I do like Michael Keaton too though. I mean,
Yeah.
Batman Returns is fire. I'm just saying. Are you sure it isn't George Clooney? Isn't that your Batman?
That was
Come
like
on.
2000s. Or
Come on.
was it? Was it 90s?
He got nipple suit and everything. He's ready
Yeah,
to
he
go.
got the nip suit.
He's ready to go. Yeah, the Batman is 3 hours long. I'm sorry, Ashton.
Unsubbed.
That's fine. It was really hard to get through. I'm
Flagged and
honest.
reported.
This guy,
Unsubbed.
this guy doesn't like the Batman. Why do you think they didn't make a second one yet? I'm just kidding. They are making it. The Batman over the Dark Knight trilogy. Y'all are on drugs.
Reading movies you like.
Yes, every single movie I have behind me on my shelves, I do like.
Hey, you're a tough critic, man. That's why that's why I'm always so intrigued, because you're such a harsh critic. So it makes
I'm
me
not harsh.
excited when you. Well, it's not that you're a tough critic; it's that I noticed that your tastes are really unpredictable. What you're like, it's really because you don't a movie that you'd think you'd hate, you love. Like I never would have thought that you like some of the movies that you like, and then some movies that I think you're a mark for. You're like, that movie fucking sucks. And I'm
See,
like,
at
I
least
can't pin you down, dude.
I mean, I'm definitely honest and
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna fake like something. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So
You like, hey, you know what? I will forever, ever give you respect for watching and loving and quoting The Greasy Strangler, dude.
oh my gosh, I do need to buy that though.
Yeah, you do, man.
There's no free drinks.
No free drinks. Everybody needs to watch Greasy Strangler. Everybody in the chat needs to watch The Greasy Strangler.
Somebody I follow on Instagram watched it and they gave it like a 1 out of 5. And I was like, what? I said, what do you mean you gave it a 1 out of 5? It's like a 4 out of 5 movie. Come on, man.
I just had my buddy watch it for my podcast where I show people movies that they
So
probably
good.
would hate. He did, yeah. Well, he didn't like it as much as you did, and it made me sad.
It's
I'm
goofy
like,
as
how can
fuck.
you not like this guy? It's a
I quote that. No free drinks.
It's so good.
It was in the brochure.
It was in the brochure.
You got wrong information.
Oh, dude.
He's like, we don't even have to have fizzy drinks. We'll take water.
Take water. No. Free drinks.
He goes to the fucking car wash after he kills somebody.
Dude. Hanging dong, too. That's the theme of the night. Hanging dong. A lot of dong hanging in Greasy Strangler as well.
The Greasy Strangler is insane. I got to rewatch it again. Yes, you do, Blu-ray. Yes, you do. I got to watch it again, too. What the hell? Let me see. So next week is going to be Jason Goes to Hell week. Ken from Sledgehammer Horror will be on because he loves that movie. And then coming up in July, we're gonna do Bring It On Daniel from the Cobwebs channel, which he's a huge fan of the Rad Pack that I've noticed. We are gonna do our top 10 horror of 2025. Plus, gonna celebrate my birthday because that's the day after my birthday. So that's gonna be a fun time. Why? Oh, there you go. Get out of here. The Monkey gonna make my list? Probably not. I know everybody likes The Monkey, but it's not gonna make my list. I don't think. You like The Monkey, or you didn't see it?
I did see it. I had a buddy over for a movie night, and it was the third movie in a triple feature that we did. We all picked a movie, and I had too many gummies. Okay, so I don't really remember it
He's
a whole lot.
high.
So I bought the movie and I got it from Amazon, and I'm gonna rewatch it because I just don't remember a whole lot about it.
I went to the theater to see it. It was fine. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know what
don't
I was
remember loving it.
expecting, but
I know I didn't like. I wasn't like crazy blown away by it, but
there's not. I don't know. I've seen a decent amount of horror movies this year, and there's just really nothing that's like blowing me away. I mean, maybe other people, but
you know what movie I saw? I've liked some stuff. I liked Companion a lot. I thought that was interesting and not perfect movie. It could have ended a little bit better. Strange Darling, that may have been last
mhm.
year, but Strange Darling was really good. The Final Destination movie I thought was okay. A little it's so heavy on CGI gore now, that franchise, so
Yeah.
it's like I struggle with that a little bit. I know that's kind of a nitpick, but
Mhm.
um Sinners, there's definitely like a lot coming out, which is great, you know?
More to come for sure. I think the
Yeah.
back half of the year is going to be better than the first half.
Yeah.
I think. And now I see all the people jumping on the Strangers Chapter 2 bandwagon because the trailer looks pretty good. So
It's a new trilogy, right?
yeah.
And there's just one that's been released. I didn't see that one. What did
Yeah.
you think?
I am on the opposite side of most people. I liked it.
Okay,
It
so the
was just
general
a
consensus.
retelling of the original movie because it was its own separate trilogy, so it had to start from the beginning, I guess. But honestly, I find it more rewatchable than the original, in my opinion.
Is
But
it like a requel?
no, it's
It's a
basically like a straight up
continuation?
reboot. I think.
Oh, okay, okay.
I know a lot of people don't like it. I do, and I think the trailer for the second one looks fantastic.
I loved Pray at Night.
Oh, Pray at Night's fun as hell.
Yeah, I thought that was great. I mean, for that pool scene alone, you know?
Conjuring 4, nah, that's fine. I guess I don't really care one way or the other for that, to be honest. I'll
Are
watch it, but it ain't a big deal.
are we excited about there's a couple really wacky ones. I tend to lean towards I don't know if anybody's watched my stuff, but I tend to lean towards a lot of the
He does.
like wackier B movie stuff. So I am just beyond excited for the new Toxic Avenger and
Oh, I
a
want to
movie
see
called
that.
yeah, it looks awesome. It looks ridiculous. I love trauma stuff. And then a movie called Jimmy and Stiggs from the director
Jimmy.
of Bliss, VFW, and uh Christmas Bloody Christmas. Um,
Oh,
which I didn't love, which I
that's actually shocking. You son of a bitch. Nothing. No sound. Nothing.
What about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, but Jimmy and Stiggs looks really interesting too. A low budget kind of splatter movie. The director shot it for the like 90% of the movie in his own apartment over
Damn.
several years. And if you see the trailer, he just destroyed his apartment. It's He shot a movie in it. But those two look really good. The Toxic Avenger.
I want to see that.
I was just talking. I noticed somebody saying that they just kind of accept the CGI gore at Final Destination, nowadays you kind of do have to. That's just kind of the way it is.
Mhm.
And I'm seeing there's some CGI gore in the Toxic Avenger, which kind of goes
Yep.
against the whole idea of what trauma is.
Goofy shit. Yep.
But it looks cool. I think it'll. I mean, that cast is insane. Elijah Wood, Kevin Bacon, and Peter Dinklage in a fucking
Mhm.
Toxic Avenger movie. Like, get the fuck out of here! It's gonna. That's insane.
I want to
It's
see
gonna
it.
be amazing.
What about Return of the Living Dead? Is that
Dude,
Is
I
that
don't
like
know what.
the cheesy one where the zombies carrying the Christmas tree in the trailer? I think.
Yeah, that weird teaser trailer. I don't know what the hell to think about that. I really don't. I love those movies.
Oh, I know what you did last summer. Duh.
Mm.
That comes out in a couple weeks.
That trailer actually wasn't bad.
It made me want to go see it.
Yeah, it looked good.
If it's gonna be good, that's a different story.
Yes, Joe Bigos does rule Saturn
see.
Video.
I don't know who the killer is gonna be, but we're gonna find out in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. That was a good time, buddy. I'm glad we could get you on here for this, and then obviously we'll figure out. I don't think we booked Jason X yet, but we'll find out a day. Maybe I'll find some good things to say about it. Probably not, but yeah, definitely some boobies. So there's boobies, so you're gonna get those for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you taking the time. I know we had to move it to Friday to make it easier for you, so I was willing to do that to get Justin on the channel again without the Rad Pack, because I keep saying that. Not the fucking Rad Pack, the Four Radsmen, because we haven't done it in like 25 years, so I forget what it's called.
I know. We need to get the boys back together, man.
I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, my friend.
Oh, you never know, bud.
Maybe, my man, but I am going to go, I guess, watch a movie, probably, what we always do around here. Even though I don't like much things, right, from what we've heard in the chat. So maybe I'll go watch. I don't know. I gotta look.
I want to watch something. I don't know what I want to watch tonight. I do have The Monkey that I could watch. There's got to be something. I always struggle for something to watch. I know goddamn well I probably have 50 or 60 movies on my shelf that I've bought that I've never seen.
Watched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
go pick one out and watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to think of something fun to watch tonight.
Well, buddy, I appreciate everybody in the chat for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you. And if you're watching after the fact, let us know what you like about Jason Takes Manhattan or don't like. Whatever you want to put down below. Appreciate it. Like the video. And I will see you guys next week whenever we get ready to go to hell. I'm excited for that. Not really, though. Let's do this.
I have a podcast dropping this Sunday with Garrett from Born to Be Rad. We're going to be talking about American Movie, which is where this hat is, and then this is episode 2 of my podcast, In the Basement. The first episode we talk about me and Christian Hannah Horror. Planet CHH talk about a movie called Assholes, which is an insane fucking movie. So episode 1 of In the Basement, Christian Hannah Horror. Episode 2 drops this weekend with Garrett, and we're talking about American Movie, which is just one of the best documentaries ever made. It's so funny. So just a little plug there. That's Justin's Basement channel.
Justin's Basement channel. Link will be down below. Go subscribe. This guy's crazy, man. Justin's awesome. Look at him. He brings the vibes, baby. He brings the vibes.
All about vibes, baby.
That's all we got for tonight. Hope you guys have a good night and enjoy. And definitely check out his shit and my shit. I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy. Hey, we're down here.